Beyond the spotlight, we've come to Kigamboni to see how beekeeping has been applied to protect mangroves.
Eneo ambalo panafugwa nyuki hapata kuwa jangwa. Mfano eneo letu hili ambalo mimi kikundi changu cha Pita Group kimeomba eneo la eka moja. Baada ya miaka miwili au miwili na nusu utakuta hapa kuna miti aina tofauti tofauti migeni ambayo sio kama hivi unavyoona.
Ilikuchukua muda gani na ulitumia tekniki gani kuhakikisha kwamba nyuki wanahamia katika eneo hili na wewe kuweza kupata asali?
Nyuki nimewachukua kutoka kwenye makundi yaliyopo mtaani.
Don't miss it. This Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Capital Television, your channel of choice.
In Capital News tonight, a fuel truck overturns and spills a diesel in Capital News tonight, a fuel truck overturns and spills diesel in Handeni. Businessman facing murder charges requests for more than 5 million from his mobile phone accounts. And in sport, the marathon to raise funds to support children with heart diseases to be held on September the 15th. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. A fuel truck carrying diesel has overturned and spilled the fuel at Michungwani town along Segerea Chalinze Road in Handeni District, Tanga region. Police arrived at the scene to ward off people from getting close to the truck, with Handeni District Commissioner Godwin Gondwe calling on ward leaders to ensure they educate people on why they should stay away from fuel trucks which have overturned.
The accident occurred in the morning. The vehicle was transporting oil from Dar es Salaam to Moshi. The police force was notified immediately and we came to secure the area. I saw someone in the middle of the road and I swayed to avoid hitting him. This is when I lost balance and crashed. Village leaders must arrive immediately at the accident scene, as we've discovered that local residents tend to rush to the scene, and if we had not arrived on time, something could easily have gone wrong.
Businessman Hamis Said, accused of murder, has requested Kisutu Resident Magistrate Court to enable him to get more than 5 million shillings in his mobile phone accounts of Airtel Money and Tigo Pesa. He told the court that the 2 SIM cards are at Central Police Station in Dar es Salaam and that he needed the money to pay for requirements at home as well as to pay for school fees for his child. Hamis Said is being accused for killing his wife Naomi Marijani. State Advocate Wankio Simon told the court that the accused cannot be given the SIM cards as investigations on the case are not completed. The case was then adjourned until September the 10th. The President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Ali Mohammed Shein, has emphasized on the importance of having a government with ethical and patriotic leaders. Dr. Shein made these statements when addressing executives from the Ministry of Public Service and Good Governance at State House.
The focus was not just on good governance, but on other areas too. We must do well on our part. The foundation has been laid. A leader with no morals should not be allowed to lead. There is also ethics to be taken into consideration.
The issue of corruption is still a huge challenge in our government. The body responsible in eradicating the menace has bigger responsibilities in making sure that these malpractices become history in the Isles.
Kusimamia utoaji wa rushwa.
Spelling Bee competition has officially been launched today with more than 100 primary schools from Dar es Salaam, Lindi and for the first time Zanzibar taking part in the competition.
We are honored from the high turn-up of contestants last year, where the competitions were held in Dar es Salaam and Lindi regions. But this year, there shall be contestants from Zanzibar, which it will be their first time. Later on, we are expecting to hold a national competition, which will involve all winners from Lindi, Zanzibar and Dar es Salaam. In this year's competition, there shall be different prizes to be won, including trophies. We will provide books for reading corners to schools that the two winners will come from to develop a reading culture in schools and leave a landmark for the excellent performances of their fellow students who will win the competition. We are looking forward to perform even better than last year. As ITV, we are ready to host the show. Also, we are calling on people to sponsor Spelling Bee competitions since it is a great platform to advertise products and services.
Ni nafasi ya kutangaza watu ambao wana stationaries, watu ambao wana mashule.
And the Minister of State in the President's Office for Regional Administration and Local Government, Suleiman Jafo, has directed all district councils in the country to ensure they use qualified contractors who have the capacity to implement projects on schedule. He gave the directive in Dodoma when launching the Domestic Revenue Expenditure Program for implementation of development projects in Dodoma City.
I ask those of us who have been given a mandate to serve the people of Tanzania to be serious. Let us go and work hard. Dodoma is doing very well. You've understood exactly what Honorable President expects. You must carry on with the same speed. Under the leadership of Honorable President, to move the central government to Dodoma has brought a lot of development to the people of this region, such as the SGR project, which will make the economy to strive.
Some officials from Serengeti Breweries Limited in Uganda breweries have toured IPP media houses and commended on investments made to ensure provision of professional and high-quality operations and services.
Kampuni ya Serengeti Breweries. Leo tunayo furaha kuitembelea studio za ITV na
Serengeti Breweries Limited is happy to visit ITV studios and the printing stations of Guardian and Nipashe newspapers. We have been overwhelmed seeing the performance of journalists in educating our society. As a company that produces products which are enjoyed by Tanzanians, including Serengeti Premium Lager and Serengeti Light from this tour, we have also found out that ITV radio studios and IPP newspapers are using new and high-end technologies that allow us into sending information to cut it across millions of viewers, listeners and readers. It has been a great opportunity to visit our fellows from Serengeti Breweries, where I saw how they work with media companies. I have learned so much that when I get back to work, I will also implement what I have learned today.
And the member states of the Southern African Development Community SADC have expressed concern on some decisions made at the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, CITES, a conference held in Geneva, Switzerland, saying the affected sustainable conservation of these endangered species.
CITES COP17 and COP18, SADC has been not treated fairly, and we have taken note of that, and we are going to make recommendations to our leaders as to what is the way forward. Right now, as ministers, we are going to judge our senior officials to have a meeting and reconsider some of the things that is pending here in CITES and see a way forward. We need to get out of this. If we allow this kind of suppression to continue in CITES, then it means that we are going to lose our conservation programs just because there are those who feel that what is SADC doing in conserving and with it very good programs, conservation programs, it's nothing, it's not been recognized here.
I would like to say that in this CITES meeting, SADC has not been treated fairly at all. I would also like to say that we have taken notice of that and we are going to make recommendations to our governments so as to see which way is the best one forward. If we allow this kind of suppression to continue in CITES, then it means that we are going to lose our conservation programs.
And that's all for national news. International news is next. And in international news, the Shona community from Zimbabwe have called on the government of Kenya to recognize them as citizens after having lived in the country since 1960. They made a call during a march to the headquarters of the census office in Nairobi, where the population registration exercise has entered its fourth day.
Watu walikuja nchi yetu ya Kenya tangu miaka ya 1960s na hawajawahi pata uraia. Rais wa kwanza wa hii nchi aliwaahidi atawapatia uraia, hadi wa leo hawajapata.
Ni bahati mbaya yetu ilituangukia wakati Mzee Jomo Kenyatta aliaga, kwa sababu ndio mtu ambaye alikuwa tegemeo letu. Sasa kutoka hapo tukaishi maisha magumu sana. Kutoka kufa kwake tulianza kufungwa. Watu hawakuweza kutoka manyumbani.
Residents from Katanga region, particularly Mbujimai town in the Democratic Republic of Congo, have said they're facing many hardships caused by the problem of lack of clean and safe water, which has led to an outbreak of cholera.
Tunaomba viongozi wa nchi watupe maji kwani maisha yetu hapa ni magumu.
We ask our leaders to bring us water as our life here is difficult. Every day we walk long distances in search of water in difficult conditions, and even the water we drink here is unsafe. We do not want to continue to deal with cholera outbreaks as we do every day. You can see behind me how citizens are struggling. We believe we must help these residents immediately.
Uganda's Defense Force, in collaboration with the Security Department from Canada, have organized a training for female military officers from 15 African countries, which include Kenya and Tanzania. The training has been organized to enable female military officers from various departments to get skills on use of modern weapons.
In the scheme of things of globalization, we've realized that war is no longer now moving drones. They are manipulating drones in situation rooms.
That's all for international news. Do stay with us. We'll be back with business news after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news. Farmers from northern zone regions have said measures need to be taken to address the problem of lack of quality seeds in the country. They said many farmers are still dependent on seeds which are locally produced and do not meet the required quality standards.
It is very expensive to find. The preservation of the seeds are also costly. After harvest, when they are taken to the warehouse, it is also expensive to store, as they are still attacked by pests. Thus, I believe it is important to recognize that local seeds are of significant benefit to Tanzanian farmers. We should create systems that will recognize and protect the non-formal seed system, as is done in the formal system. There are challenges, but those challenges can be rectified by cooperating with various stakeholders, including experts.
Investors in the hides and skin sector from Egypt have arrived in the country following a visit from Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa when he toured Egypt last month and met stakeholders in the industry.
One major thing we have managed to assure these investors and entrepreneurs in the leather sector from Egypt is that Tanzania has good quality leather products, and we have acknowledged that it is of good quality.
More than 500 sugarcane farmers from Misenyi district in Kagera region have called on the government to come up with a system that will enable farmers to get profitable prices for sugarcane they sell to Kagera Sugar Factory.
When a leader goes there, yes, he will speak, but at the end of the day, he cannot portray the real conditions farmers face here. That price will not help anyone develop. It is as if you are working for free. A truck picks up 10 to 15 tons of sugarcane and you get 60,000 per ton. That price is still very... I used my inspectors to conduct an in-depth inspection on Kasiga, and significant misappropriation has been discovered, especially for those who were being given bonds. Firstly, we need leaders with vision, not those who think of their own self-interest. If we put those in forefront, we will not move forward.
That's where we leave off with business news. Sports news is up next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
And in sports. The former president of Tanzania, Jakaya Kikwete, is expected to launch the 5, 10 and 15-kilometer marathon organized on the 15th of September by banking institutions with the aim of raising funds to support children with heart diseases.
The routes are different because some are running 15 kilometers race, some are running for 10 kilometers, and others will work with Honorable President for 5 kilometers. So it depends on which one a person will be interested on. My call as the founder and coordinator is to welcome all Tanzanians to participate with us and make sure the life of this child becomes better.
The two winners of 400 million shillings from SportPesa have arrived in Dar es Salaam from Kagera and Mara, ready to receive their checks tomorrow.
Ni siku ambayo kusema kweli ni siku kubwa kwao na kwetu sisi.
Today is a huge day for them and for us. The jackpot, which has been there for 2 years, started at 200 million and reached 800 million. These are our fellow Tanzanians who are going to also contribute because they will pay taxes from what they get. So they will also be good taxpayers.
Kipata kitalipia kodi. Hivyo hawa watakuwa nao ni walipia kodi wazuri sana.
David Rudisha escaped unhurt after his car collided with a bus on a highway near Keroka in his native Kenya on Saturday. The Olympic 800-meter champion said on Monday. Here is more of this.
He was traveling home to Kilgoris in western Kenya after he lost control of his SUV when a tire burst, the BBC reported. Thanking the Almighty God for the gift of life, the 800 meters world record holder wrote in a tweet accompanied by a picture of his mangled car. Rudisha was taken to Keroka Sub-County Hospital after the accident.
Romelu Lukaku scored on his debut as International beat Lecce 4-0 in Antonio Conte's first game in charge. Here's more.
Lukaku was making his first appearance since his £74 million move from Manchester United in Inter's opening game at San Siro. Marcelo Brozovic and Stefano Sensi put the hosts in control in the first half, and Antonio Candreva completed the scoring with a long-range strike after Diego Farias was dismissed for the visitors. Leeds, back in the top flight after a 7-year absence, made a bright start, forcing Brozovic into an acrobatic clearance, and then Milan skinnier to clear away Gianluca Lapadula's effort with Sami Handanovic beaten. But Inter quickly began playing the fast-paced football associated with Conte, and Lautaro Martinez hit the crossbar with a free header from a Candreva cross.
Jurgen Klopp has said he expects to take a break from coaching to recharge his batteries when he leaves Liverpool. Here's more.
Klopp, who joined the club in 2015 and has a contract to 2022, told Germany's Kicker magazine, "I have absolute energy, but I have one problem. I can't do a little bit. I can only do all or nothing. When I decide that I cannot do it any longer, then I will take a break for a year." Klopp joined Liverpool after a successful time at Borussia Dortmund, where he won 2 league titles and a German Cup, while also reaching the Champions League final in 2013. The 52-year-old, who had a short break between leaving Dortmund and being appointed by Liverpool in October 2015, said of his planned sabbatical. After that year, a decision must then be taken.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to prepare this bulletin, my name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching and good night.